Experts blame sexual video games for a rise in sexual violence. Now, this was a story that came out on FoxNews.com, which you guys may or may not know about. The title of the story is called, "Is Bulletstorm the Worst Video Game in the World?" Now, first off, I think we all can recognize that there's a lot of things wrong with this statement. Clearly, they haven't played the majority of violent and sexual video games that are out there, because there's some really, really gruesome and nasty ones.
Like Custer's Revenge, where you actually do go rape and pillage women and villages.
Well, and Grand Theft Auto is just as bad, too. Now, what happens in this story is they get a couple of so-called experts that come in and say that the in-game award system called Skill Shots ties the ugly graphic violence into explicit sex acts. Topless means cutting a player in half. Gangbang means killing multiple enemies. Just to name a few, they also have like gag reflex and a couple other really kind of nasty named skill shots, which I think are funny if you take them in the setting that they're given. I think the thing that people need to remember is that this is a rated M for mature game.
Right.
They're not marketing this game to children, and that's what Electronic Arts came back and replied to Fox. Because they had two experts, and one of these experts says, violent video games like Bulletstorm have the potential to send the message that violence and insults with sexual innuendos are the way to handle disputes and problems. Come on, does anybody really think that by playing Bulletstorm you're going to get into a fight with your girlfriend and then be more violent because you played Bulletstorm?
Well, first of all, that's enough, Fox News. Thank you. Second of all, I just don't understand how these experts think that violence is caused by video games. I mean, we discussed this last week. There are wars and rapes and non-consensual sex years and years and years and centuries before video games even ever came out. So I don't understand how something like a video game can promote this kind of behavior. It's just kind of like saying, you know, why did that elephant go crazy at the circus? Well, I mean, it's an elephant. It's going to go crazy. It wasn't because it played a violent video game. Like, it's in people's brains. It's not what they see on TV. It's not what, you know, it's lifestyle, it's parenting, it's surroundings, it's, you know, I just think it's such a ridiculous concept.
Absolutely, and it just gets even more ridiculous from there. The other expert, Carol Lieberman, a psychologist and book author, said the increases in rape can be attributed in large part to playing out sexual scenes in video games. This is just false. It's a made-up statement from an expert being passed off as news. In my other show that I do, Mahalo Video Games Today, I talked about how, in fact, the facts state that violent crime has actually gone down, and rapes have actually gone down nearly 40%. And so there's really just no correlation here. Adrian, what are people in the chat room saying about this?
Telemundos thinks that the parents are to blame, and Original Justin actually made a really funny comment. He said, video games? Blah. I blame Christina Aguilera for violence. She totally messed up 2 words.
That poor girl is never going to hear the end of that.
Well, and Fox isn't exactly the most credible source for news. I know back when they dubbed the Xbox 360 the sex box because of the whole Mass Effect sexing and romancing in Mass Effect, they basically had a debate between Jeff Keighley and a woman who had never even played Mass Effect. And she was going through making all these claims saying that it was horrible for children and that, you know, the game was going to expose children to all of this sexual content. And she didn't even have her facts because she had never even played the game. And so who are these people that they're finding and saying these things to? I don't know. Like I said, that's enough. Fox.
Hands thrown in the air. On to the next story.